Welcome to our lovely 5D collective, our future humans. A little bit of a late IHP show or day show, depends where you're at. We're going to look at love. As our Sadhguru points out, your ability to love is unlimited. When you become love, you can hold the whole universe in your love or in your hand. And emotional, resilient people, that's who he's talking about without even knowing it. So if you don't know emotional resilience, what it means, let me give you a little gist of it. It's people who bounce back quickly from pretty much there it is, anything that comes around. So you have a window welcome to your emotions. That's why the maturity, the intelligence, that's everything, creates reliability. Securely attached, non-traumatized people. Being yourself, and I added the smart way because you're stable, mature, adaptive, rational, teachable. And so that's when you're using your prefrontal cortex. And so by using your muscle, the bright sides of neuroplasticity, you create this emotional resilience, which is definitely remarkable. But really what I want to add is it's full of this love that Sadhguru is talking about. And so it's bountiful inside, and there's no obstacles. There's no mountain high enough, mountain low enough. You will be able to always notice the limitless possibilities, which is why our 3-year-old, 4-year-old, all our child parts are safe. We're the safe haven secret bases. And so when you are left and right brain working together, you always have these lovely aha moments, and your integrated brain, it actually creates this thing. It's a conduit, as lovely Dr. Daniel Siegel pointed out. And so the authentic self, we actually don't wear masks, but we all wear hats because we all have different roles in our society. But we forgive like Jesus taught me, and those who don't forgive, they're not going to be back here because they're not yet emotionally resilient to be able to know what the right use of power is. So when you have knowledge, I have understanding, I'm attachment trauma educated, but even before that, God, Jesus, Holy Spirit taught me how to behave. It was, here's your free will, be kind, forgiving, turn the other cheek, don't play God, and remember Lucifer. Time I'm 20, no Lucifer, that was the people in cloaks. So today, as a 45-year-old woman, I know that as my 8-year-old self said, I'm going to help people to love, be happy, yes, create that which is mental health with mental fitness. It's a lifestyle, like wellness. And the only people who are going to be back here doing it are the same ones who aren't high performance. The pretending, the high performers are the ones who actually wear masks. It's hard work. So they have, I used a quote in my title, the shorts, if you didn't watch it. So the ones who are just, pretending, it's like a circus act. They refuse the call, but they have fun. So we all have fun in deep meditation, those of us who know how to not get an overwhelmed nervous system. Okay, and so with that, that's why curiosity. We don't feel that we forced strength or courage out of ourselves because we cried a little bit or got angry. Healthy, self-worth people are self-led. The ones who like to make it seem like they did something amazing when a storm hit, well, okay, I mean, really, did you not understand how life works? Unknowns, uncertainties, unwanteds, unexpected. So God doesn't test his children. Lucifer's nowhere to be found. The initiation is that you get to choose with your free will if you're going to be yourself and be reliable, be accountable, be a human, or if you're going to be, what the emotionally immature, insecure, all those who actually do try to fuck. No, they don't fuck with anyone because they don't know dysregulation or self-regulation, the difference. So we allow ourselves to continue to embrace that which is unconditional love with flaws and imperfections. And you acknowledge your emotions. That's what makes the inner growth mindset exercises fun. That's also what makes love fun. And in the universe, that lovely hand, you feel very much at ease. So the ventral energy, and that's why whether you want to use the word God, source, Akash, Anima Mundi, when you are imbued in that which is grace, Sadhguru I think calls it grace, it's just for science terms, a person who's able to sit in emotional resilience with their restorative embodiment. And so you're self-aware, accountable, regulating, and we're going to get to connect all here at IHP because we are the ones who get to leave a legacy behind of compassion, because that's what we have, self and compassion for others. The magic is in the sword, like the, what is it called, the magic sword, Kid in the Rock sword, whatever that one is. And so when we are seeing, any little spikes come around, look how cute this cactus is. You acknowledge your emotions, they're unpleasant, they're not good or bad, and you continue to welcome them. And as you do that, your integration continues. But that's because you're not making up stories in your head. So your child parts are all yours. You didn't lose integrity and you didn't get lost. And so you become more and more at ease with that which is the flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, stable personality patterns. And here's where, thanks Dr. Dan for your PDP framework and all your acronyms. With the collective that knows our ancestors knew something, but not all things, we have our lovely intentional living at hand. And so this always makes me think a little bit of that one movie, The Ring, but it's not. We do know those who don't want to move out of that which is stagnation, like my facade friend, they do not look forward to learning new manners to handle that which is called pain. So suffering is something that nobody has to choose anymore, but the opportunity that is gifted to them, that wheel of luck and the right timing, it is for them to be acknowledging. And so you can love all people, but again, whenever you meet those who have the destructive mindset, they find obstacles, and that's where the balancing act is not for them, it's for you. The opportunity to unconsciously love. And as you consistently engage, that's why no one can fuck with me or my biosphere, because you own those first 3 years of your life. So the implicit memory is yours. Your 14-month-old is yours. You're not a manager of yourself. You're a self-master. That's why you can be yourself. And balancing is fun. By the way, our ego does not die, unlike, the whole ego, death, dark night, soul, all these words that the spiritual bypassers use distance themselves from their human experience. When you accept who you are through and through, you just know everyone's different. And so divine matrix doesn't get dismantled, matrix, all that lovely chit chat, but we do get inspired by each other. I love that we have 3D, 4D brothers and sisters. In the meantime, we don't need to get rid of toxic anything, because we know exactly how to handle every single one of our brothers and sisters who are part of our contracts. And so what the adventure is the capacity to drift through any kind of emotion, sad, anger, fear, surprise, happiness, disgust within yourself, your safe haven, secure base. And so self-awareness, accountability, regulation. With that reflection, you're emotionally regulating first. So as a function or child adult does, you have realistic optimism, which is why we accept defeat. Some people will stay in unhealthy fear. They're just not monsters. Others will not. So it's defeat because those who love will know, since we're an embodied brain, all of us, and we're a species, we will pick up on our low frequency brothers and sisters. And yesterday was 1111 portal, so there's a lot of stuff going on. It's okay though. The ones who actually choose, like a Zen master, not to wield their prefrontal at some point, shape, or form will commit to that which is their dark sides of neuroplasticity, and then they play out their unfinished business together. We don't have unfinished business. We do personal growth and spiritual growth. So the social support is so that we can have fun doing exercises, workshops. I get to do readings also, food for thought, spotlights, paid subscriber stuff below, and then for the patron membership content, when it's out for the 8th, 9th chakra, it'll be kind of like a journal, daily journal prompt that you can do by yourself, or there'll be the option of a workshop and your meaning and values. Well, at least we have integrity. Our meaning, meaningful, meaningless, it doesn't really matter, because you will have the meaning that you're bringing to that which is the world. Again, you consistently build every step of the day. 24 hours is what you have. And so with emotional resiliency, you're not ever overwhelmed in a way of losing pieces of yourself. What you're making is the choice, that free will choice of this and that. They're both true. I have a subjective reality, so do you. And then those objective data points, well, Neil deGrasse knows all of them, but I don't know if he knows all of them, but there's there. And so at the end of the day, also Thomas Campbell, the physicist, he talks about it. It's love, teachability. So stable, mature, adaptive, rational, teachable people continue to expand consciousness and grow. The ones who close the door to that, they get to not grow, but we get to just allow ourselves to keep opening new doors. Closing doors doesn't mean we cut people out. There's no need for that. We're able to navigate that which is the community of 3D, 4D, 5D. So I have a bunch of friends, a bunch of people out there. Again, nobody gets cut out of the herd, because you're always able to self-regulate. And then you're also a person who knows what it means to resonate, because we all have this thing called amygdala. So our amygdala is alerted, like Dr. Daniel Siegel taught me, to that which is of interest to us. Difference is the emotionally resilient, reliable, mature human being is the master of their own 14-month-old. And so it's very straightforward what will tickle your fancy. And that's why we don't need direction, but we do support each other to get to places. And that's why the ascension energies will have some themes, just not right now. But what's fun about your unmarked trail, when you are the empowered version of yourself, is that you're not really crying on spilt milk. In Italian, there's a saying, maybe it's not in English, but you're not sad in a way of thinking that something went lost, because as you learn how to reassure that which is every single bit of moment to moment life, because you explore deeply. So again, you're not pretending that it didn't happen, you just don't suffer it due to using the prefrontal. You dive deep into those emotions. As you continue to expand, you also are able to take a break with that meditative state inside of you, with or without yoga, doesn't matter. And then you're able to see clearly, rising above the fray, because you have clarity and organization in the thoughts and in the feelings. And there's no disowned self. The ones who instead have a disowned self, that's a whole different story. The ones who allow the change, herald of change to come, we write our own destiny, fate, all that good stuff, although some would say we don't, but every step counts. Every 24 hours you're choosing to do that which is called expanding the love frequency, expanding whatever your unlimited beliefs, thoughts. Because really science is where we look to for data. As for subjective opinions, it's fun for the empowered person. The ones who don't have fun, again, they're sleeping. It's not interesting. I actually make fun of Peter Pan and Pinocchio and the Lost Boys, because they might have a group. Yes, we have another type of group, but we all play. We're all the same children, just some of us know how to use that which is our prefrontal, and again, accept that times change. So flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, stable. Treasures are hidden in every single corner. And you don't ever get tired because you don't have a time out inside of you. But when you do need to replenish, what do? We go to sleep. And Morpheus gives us the opportunity to get rested. Oh, by the way, when you're securely attached with this self-regulation, non-traumatized, the nice part about eustress is that it reinvigorates you. So longevity. I just found out that there's a science. I was looking into it. So besides us now knowing why our spirituality ancestors knew a lot of stuff, which is where when you're restorative, embodied, self-aware, accountable, regulating, you're creating that which is the emotional intelligence, the capacity to rely on yourself, self-regulate, then you continue to be yourself the smart way, and then you continue to harness that which is emotional resilience. Superpower is what they called it. Soft skills, I'm going to say it's a badass skill. And I'm going to say that more business is definitely needed, because every now and then I'm hearing about a bunch of different types of not very good managers. You'd think that the ones who are leading these institutions would know, but that's the part of where when you have individuals who deny decentralizing in the self, they deny trauma expert information, they actually like to think for real that yoga brings demons out of you, and that thought is like, what you do effective realism, or what is, no, which one is it? Because you like, how did that come out of your mouth? Somebody spread that rumor. Obviously, you don't know of Peter Levine, trauma charges, muscles, bones, tissues. So again, I like to share the knowledge. Knowledge is empowering, and those of us who care to expand human consciousness and support people to evolve and inspire human potential, we're awesome. The ones who are not choosing to move into that, which is the expanded version, we leave it alone as long as they follow laws. Let's just remember, we accept and respect. We don't have to have compassion. We don't have to have, what was the other word Sadhguru is using? That which is called, he has, let me find it, because his word was really good. Hold on for it. It was, oh, he was funny. Tolerance, there you go. So we accept, respect, and we just know that everybody's different. And that's why, at the end of the day, we get to come together, our amygdala. Your ears will tune into that which you are going to feel is something that matches with what you are feeling in life. And that's why emotionally resilient, intelligent people, I just didn't have all the technical verbiage. Now that I do, I'm going to make sure to let you all know about a little bit of this and that. So thanks for joining us. Subscribe, like, and we will be back with more. Have a good one.